Um, for the teams that you manage, what does your top setter traits do they have? What do the top setter traits do they have on offers you manage?
The traits. So like yeah, we can talk about like the numbers side of things, how dialed in they are. I mean, they obviously work super hard. Is another thing. Like there's nothing that replaces hard work. But overall, I think the level of care they have for people and genuinely wanting them to win, them solving their problems, like it really comes through on their calls, which is why their show rates are higher and their set to close rates are higher. It reminds me of a guy. So my best outbound setter that I've worked with is a guy called from Serbia, really hardworking guy. And what I've noticed about him, his set calls sometimes are crazy long, like too long, sometimes 30, 40 minutes, right? Which is, for me, it's too long. My process, I keep it like 10, 15 minutes, pretty straightforward. But sometimes that he takes that extra care with clients that gets them so prepped for a call where they've got no reason not to show up. And we have an offer where it's quite a unique dial to set, low pickup. And when you do have someone, you want to invest as much time as possible. And his show up rates are like 90% plus. It has been the case for like 5, 6 months. He's been doing 90% and beyond. And his set to close has been about 40 to 50%. And that's just outbound. That's no triages. And for him, yeah, he works extremely hard. I don't think the guy actually sleeps, to be honest. He like gives me reports at 5 a.m. UK time. And I just can't believe it oftentimes. So there's that. But he just has so much care for people, really wants them to win, and is super outward focused. And when I met him in my retreat as well, another thing that really stood out to me is all of the pressure of management, KPIs, all of the expectations that can sometimes affect us and make us play not to lose. Because some people just like afraid to lose the job, so they just do everything they can just to keep around and do enough. He doesn't care about any of that. He's got his own standards for what he wants to do in that given month with the projections that he sets. He reverse engineers, he knows exactly what numbers he needs to hit in order to hit those numbers. And pretty much every time he's hitting those numbers on a consistent basis. So that's like another thing is he doesn't let the external management KPIs affect him because he has his own standards. And ideally for you, your standards should be above the KPI. The KPI is for the average setter. It's not for the best setter. Right. So it's quite simple. You have your income goals, then figure out all of the dial to sets all the way to closes you need. Once you have all those numbers, then you know exactly what you need to do. That's what your KPI. So that's another thing that's so big for him. And his nurturing system is really good. There's a lot of like follow-up closes. Sometimes you'll have an average of like 1 to 2 a month extra on top of his new lead closes. So nurturing and taking care of his leads that he works with, he's absolutely amazing at. So he's got a document that me and him both worked on. So that's something that I could potentially share, have templated out, and give you guys a bit of an asset there. So yeah.